I know SZA is signed to TDE, but Drake done seen them titties. So I don't know how that works. If y'all not mad at SZA, don't be mad at us. You got that trash ass hook. The hook is trash. It's about to be some Drake fan shit I'm about to say, but I think Drake and SZA would have did it better. Now listen, if you from LA, you probably love this song. I ain't from LA. I don't think it lived up to the height of what I thought it would be, which is the only reason I'm giving it a C-. When I played the GNX album, it's a skip. Let's move along. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. I give it an A+. Kendrick Lamar, GNX album review. Yeah, Joe.
Ooh, Jody, you too good.
Yeah, Joe. That good too. Yeah. I never did one, but my little brother who looked like Tariq keep telling me to do it. Even though I don't like Tariq, I love my brother. It's a balance for me. Like, comment, subscribe, and if this is a hit and y'all mess with it, we'll do it more often. I am not the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan. It's documented. I'm a Drake fan. I get a lot of flack for it, and that's cool. Now, even though Drake my dog, I could be unbiased to the music, you know what I'm saying? Ever since Kendrick beat my boy, he beat my boy. I've come to appreciate K-Dot. I'm even calling him K-Dot. I'm not Kung Fu Kenny of a fan. I don't even know why y'all call him that shit. I never seen him do a flip or a cartwheel. But if y'all see the Kung Fu in him, then whoa. I don't know how everybody else review albums and give their commentary, but the way I'm gonna do it is we gonna talk about every song. I'm gonna tell you the grade I think it is, and we gonna highlight some lyrics that stood out to me. Now, if I don't like the song, I'm gonna tell you why. And Kendrick do got some songs on here that I don't really care for. But he do got some stuff on here that I thoroughly enjoy. And in case we haven't been introduced, my name Jody too, and this is my review. Kendrick Lamar GNX, which is the card that's on his album cover, which has a striking resemblance to Drake's mentor Lil Wayne's album, The Carter 2, where he's in front of the Rolls Royce. Is it symbolic? I think so, because we know Wayne wanted to do the Super Bowl. He been throwing hints for a while.
The Super Bowl is in New Orleans, I think it's in 2025. We praying, we keeping our fingers crossed.
Super Bowl gonna be in New Orleans, Lil Wayne from New Orleans, so he wanna do it. But the NFL said, we're gonna find somebody else to do it. So they got Kendrick, and that broke Lil Wayne's polo heart.
That hurt a lot.
We'll get to that later. Now back to being symbolic. Kendrick dropped this album on November 22nd, 2024, which just so happens to be the same day of the 14th anniversary of Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies, who's also Drake's arch nemesis. So let me get this straight. Kendrick, your album looked like The Carter 2, which is Drake's man, and you gonna drop it on the same day Kanye dropped his album 14 years ago, one of his biggest classics, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and you know that's one of Drake's biggest ops? Ain't Kendrick and Kanye both Geminis?
Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini.
Symbolic. Let's move along. The first song is Whacked Out Murals. And the word murals kind of sound like morals. Isn't Kendrick Mr. Morale? Okay. Which I think is a play on words, because they did whack out his mural. Whacked out being some gang terminology. What you do is you spray paint over your enemy's territory, over their words, over their pictures. They just so happen to do it over his portrait mural. You know, this is actually a common thing. They whacked out Nipsey's mural. They whacked out King Von's mural. And, you know, Kendrick is no different. And you got to think your morals have to be out of whack if you hating that hard that you gonna spray over my portrait. Whacked Out Morals by Kendrick is like him looking at the cup half full, half empty. The cup is half full because Kendrick is standing on what he said when it comes down to Drake. Listen, I said what I said. I ain't got no regrets. I did what I did. But the half empty portion would be Kendrick seeing how everybody else is hating. Nobody congratulated him except for Nas. Snoop Dogg posted Drake's tailor-made song going at Kendrick acting like Tupac and Snoop. Kendrick hope it was the edibles, because how you going against the home team? This the West Coast. Snoop confirms it was the edibles. He mentions how he looked up to Lil Wayne, and obviously he let him down because all of the work he put in, and Lil Wayne mad because he ain't doing the Super Bowl. It's kind of childish to me. And Lil Wayne actually had a response. Yeah, Lil Wayne popped out with a tweet. Lil Wayne don't even tweet. He get to talking a lot of verbiage that don't make me do this. I don't want to, but I will. You know what? And this sparked conversations of Kendrick versus Lil Wayne, and this is a conversation, but I'm here to tell you. You know what? I got a video for it. It's right there. Go see it. Kendrick definitely set the tone with Whacked Out Morals when it comes down in this album. The beat is very dark, nasty work. It started off with a sound like them Catholic choirs. It always scared the hell out of me. And you hear this lady talking Spanish. And what she said in Spanish translate to, I feel your presence here last night, and we start to cry. Really? She keep going, and she say, the reflects in your gaze, the night, you and me. All right then. It don't matter what she said. I mean, it matters to Kendrick. It's his art. It matters what it sound like over that Catholic choir. And it's dark. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. I give it an A+. My favorite part of that song is when he said, I'm doing what COVID did. They'll never get over it. Kendrick is drawing the line. I stand here Where Do You Stand? Number 2, Squabble Up, which is obviously the song we heard in the beginning of They Not Like Us. And you know what? I don't think it lived up to the height of what I thought it would be. The best part of the song is the clip that he had in the They Not Like Us. To me, he just dropped a video for it showing a lot of black culture, also highlighting some LA type of attributes. In this song, he brings back that chant, kind of like he did in They Not Like Us, OV-ho. Then you hear the background repeated. He does this again, but not really dissing Drake. He just says some other shit. I didn't care for that. But it does sound good on the beat. This beat fire. I thoroughly enjoy the Debbie Deb sample. When I hit music, it makes me dance. My brother that look like Tariq, yeah, he sent me the Debbie Deb song and made me listen to it. My favorite bar of this song, bitch in 'em and a bitch with 'em, that's a lot of bitch. Yeah, this whole album is heavy Drake diss influence. I gave this song like a C+. Number 3, Luther. And you know, a lot of people like this song. I didn't care for it. I think he could have used the Luther Vandross sample better. This about to be some Drake fan shit I'm about to say, but I think Drake and SZA would have did it better. Jody, what you don't like about it? I don't like the beginning of his verse. 5, 5, 5, 5. Yes or no? I do like when SZA come in and sing. I like when they go in unison together and they synchronize together. That's dope. I like when a second chorus come in again and then SZA says, "Better days coming for show," and she hit that note. I like that. I like that. Now listen, if you in a car with a baddie, she gotta be a baddie. If you driving on an empty road at night, it gotta be night. And you play this, it is a vibe, which is the only reason I'm giving it a C-. Number 4, Man at the Garden. This is my favorite song. I've listened to it every day since it came out. It's the affirmation for me. I deserve it all. I love it. It reminds me of a Nas One Mic type of vibe. Through the whole song, he is talking that shit. I like all the bars that he said in his song, so to pick one is like, what? I saw you as a human first, even when you didn't understand your worth, bitch. I deserve it all. Ooh. This record right here is kind of like the vibe I've been on lately. Like, this spoke directly to my soul. Don't get it messed up. He also got some Drake disses. He said how much temptation you endured. You probably look for every cure. Oh my God. A+, plus. Number 5, Hey Now. First time I heard this song, my face got ugly. One of them, ooh. But then he got to rapping and it threw me off. Hey now, say now, I'm all about my end. Y'all know how Kendrick voice be. I don't like his voice. Which is probably why I couldn't really get off into Kendrick. I don't like Kendrick voice the same way Roy Jones don't like Mike Tyson legs.
Something was not right with his leg.
So when I got to hearing a Hey Now, say now, I'm like, I don't like this. But then I start liking other parts in the song, like a lot of parts. You got some bars in the first verse that was just outlandish. You crash out, you better make sure you hit the backboard. I got friends hoping that they make the tabloids. No, the last one thought he was Magneto. You play God, you're gonna get what you asked for. I'm a Drake fan. I'm not supposed to like these bars, but he say it so, hey now, say now. The delivery and what he's saying, I'm conflicted. Then the second verse came in, he's still talking that shit. Then the beat do that one thing when it's doom, doom. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Kendrick still being Kendrick, he popping this shit. Now I can't wait for the hook. And now I'm with the hook. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Oh my God, I like this shit and his voice. Then he get into his, I'm starting to see spaceships on Rosecrans. I said, what? I see the aliens hold hands. I said, oh my God, I think I'm a fan. Then the dude, Dodie 6, is that his name? The feature on the song, he came in and I like his voice. I went from not liking, hey now, say now. And then I'm like, all right, I kind of like the verse. Then I'm like, hey now, say now. Saying it with the hook. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I've accepted Kendrick's voice. It hit different when you accept. Then you got Dodie 6, come on. I feel like Joker. And his voice kind of like nonchalant and raspy. He said he feel like the Joker. You know what I'm saying? Harley Quinn in a cut with a blower. Then Kendrick come out of nowhere. It gets spooky every day in October. I'm like, this shit nice. My second favorite song on the album, This Nice, A++++. Number 6, Reincarnated. Very deep. With a Tupac sample. Then he rapped the first verse like Tupac. And this one of them records everybody trying to understand, like, who is he talking about in the sense of the concept? The embodiment of this reincarnation song is Kendrick is saying that he was all of these people in his past life. The first verse is about a person who was talented and they was the head of R&B. They got rich, they got all the women, but they end up manipulating their power and lying to the masses. Some people say that this person is John Lee. Natalie Hooker, legendary blue guitarist from Detroit who ran away from home when he was a teen. Second verse, Kendrick Lamar reincarnates again, but this time he reincarnates as a talented black woman who can sing but has a strong drug addiction. As talented as this woman was trying to overcome her addiction, and she passes away. Speculations say that this verse is about Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday is a talented jazz musician who kind of fits the description of this verse. The third verse, or third reincarnation, will be Kendrick Lamar as himself. But the twist in this verse is Kendrick, but before he was Kendrick, I guess he was the devil, which is the creator of music in heaven, and he was kicked out, which is now he's Kendrick Lamar. And in this verse, he having a conversation with God like, hey, I understand why you kicked me out of heaven, but hey, I'm on earth as Kendrick Lamar. I'm making good music, trying to uplift the people. Hey God, I didn't do it for the money. You know, I did it for the art. I'm pushing peace. I'm reuniting gangs. And God like, yeah, that's cool, but you like war. Yeah, you know, beefing. God tell him like, yeah, you came a long way, but you still got so much more to go now that you're a superstar. The song ends with Kendrick submitting to God and saying how he's going to bring harmony and he's going to speak peace and he's going to be less confrontational, I guess. Kendrick is going to bring understanding in his music. And he finally ends the song by saying he rewrote the devil's story so he can get our power back. But this time not reincarnated, just carnated, being in human bodily flesh. He is still here. Kendrick is still Kendrick. Basically, this song is an A. Not something you're gonna listen to over and over again. The concept and the context is what it is. I've never heard a song like this before. But the architecture of the whole buildup of this song definitely deserves a conversation. Now, I heard this song a few times to get a better understanding on it. And after hearing it, I don't gotta hear it all the time. When I play the GNX album, it's a skip. I'm not riding around reincarnated. No. And he had the song as number 6. Like, you know, like 6. It's like he really took it there. Number 7, TV off. It's not a favorite. First half is a no. A few real bitches, a few real niggas, but it's not enough. I mean, that part's cool. It just didn't resonate with me. My favorite lyrics on the first half is I hate a bitch that's hating on another bitch and they both hoes. I hate a dude hating on another dude and they both broke. But I gotta wait a minute and a half to get to that part. I ain't gotta hear it. But the second half, boy. But I get the transition. Start off light, end up high. Second part of the song, mustard. Well, the first part need to catch up. Lefty gunplay at the end of the song. Very, very nice. Repeat the same thing over about 4, 5, 6 times, but I like it. I like his voice too. I like everybody's voice on these songs except Kendrick. But it's a nice touch throwing lefty at the end of the song. It's definitely unpredictable. I didn't see that coming. It's a C-, maybe a solid C for me. Number 7, Dodger Blue. Now listen, if you from LA, you probably love this song. I ain't from LA. You know, as I'm listening to this song and a few other songs on this album, I'm like, I hope Kendrick can fight because he got a lot of I'll whoop your ass type lyrics throughout this bitch. Squabble Up in this song in particularly. We from LA, don't come to LA, don't go past the scenic 10 or whatever he said. Respect the code because we on gold. But they saying it very melodic. Not Kendrick, he's soft tone. He usually is. And everybody else like, you won't be the first to know, but might be the first to go. They made a whole song talking about how you can get fucked up here, but they singing it being nice about it. It's featuring Wally the sensei. Like he can fight. See it, this said 7 times, whoever that is. And they say Roddy Ricch. Which part was him? I didn't recognize his voice. You know, Roddy Ricch kind of got a soft but firm tone voice. I heard that voice on here, and I hope it wasn't him.
When I walk in, hoes better get in check. You looking at a bad bitch, nothing less.
Was that him? I thought it was Roddy Ricch, not Roddy Bitch. If he owned this song, I didn't recognize his voice. It blended in well with everybody else. It's a no for me. My little brother that look like Tariq, he like it, I don't. I'ma give it a D, don't give me a DP. Number 9, Peekaboo. First time hearing this, I said no. I didn't know where he was going with it. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What are you talking about then? Hey, that's my bitch. Okay, let's stop. Rewind and let's get some understanding because Kendrick, we kinda all over the place. Let's pick something and go with that, and he did. Peekaboo and got to talking crazy. Peekaboo, I just put them pointers in my chain. Peekaboo, 8 pointers like a Kobe game. Hey, indeed. Then the other dude, AZ Cheek. Ass Cheek, I hope that ain't his name. He came talking crazy. Peekaboo, let me FaceTime my eye, bitch. I'm up the street. He said, yeah, it's AZ's I'm putting something to sleep. I'm like, dude, talking hella spicy. Bars better than Kendrick. And every time they say Peekaboo, they come with another bar that interacts with Peekaboo. AZ ass cheek, his Peekaboos was way better than K Dot's. Kendrick did have his moments. If he hate and disrespect, you gotta follow up with hands. See what I'm saying? He got a whole lot of I'll whoop your ass on his album. But your boy AZ ass cheek, he came back again. He never got his ass whooped till we open up that can. Hold on, you open up a fresh can of whoop ass? Kendrick couldn't hold a flame to this man on his own record. Hey, it's a B-. Number 10, Heart Part 6. And this was a cool record. Kendrick talking about his upbringing with TDE and how he got into the game and their ups and their downs, and it's a nice story. And if you are a diehard Kendrick fan, you probably love this song because you know what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure he got some playback on stuff that you remember on his old albums. Cool. But lyrically, it is not better than Drake's Heart Part 6. I said lyrically. Now, you probably can't compare them song for song because there are two different songs. Drake's is a diss and he's defending himself. Kendrick is telling a story about how it was back in the day with his music. It just so happens to me Drake's lyrics on Heart Part 6 was better than Kendrick's lyrics on his Heart Part 6. I'm just saying, they both got the same name. I don't want to beef with a woman beater anymore. It feeds your nature. Whitney, hit me up if you need a favor. And when I say I hit you back, it's a lot safer. Listen, it's just the lyrics was just better. I want to hear Drake defending himself and dissing Kendrick more than I want to hear Kendrick talk about his upbringing in the music, is what I'm saying. One is apples, and yes, one is oranges. You can't compare apples and oranges. They both fruit, bitch. And not for nothing, Kendrick was still throwing shots on this song as well. He said we watching World Star videos, not the Epsies. Drake hosted the Epsies one year. Kendrick, we see what you're doing. Sure, Kendrick had one line talking shit about Drake on his Heart Part 6, but so what? You shouldn't have said nothing. Keep it about you. You know what you was trying to be, send little shots, and since you sent one little shot, we can kind of compare them. Kinda. But as so far as Kendrick's song goes, it was a good song. I give it a B-. The beat was cool. I'm not sure how Kendrick keep getting SZA on his songs because in my mind, ain't Drake and SZA like work husband and wife? That's what it seemed like. And to touch on that, how is it that SZA can do songs with Drake and Kendrick, but Drake is drawing the line like, yeah, you gonna mess with me or you gonna mess with him. And on this album, Kendrick is doing the exact same thing. But SZA the only one that can go back and forth. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I know SZA is signed to TDE, but Drake done seen them titties. So I don't know how that works. If y'all not mad at SZA, don't be mad at us. Number 11, GNX, the title of the album and the song. Kendrick doesn't really have a verse. He pops in on J3 Hitter's verse a couple times. He got that trash ass hook. The hook is trash. Like, wow. Hi. Have you ever been to joint and you know it? I almost turned this shit the first time I heard it. The first dude, Peso, was cool. I really enjoyed his voice. I'm telling you, these dudes from LA got nice, soothing voices when it's time to rap. They all had individual verses, but they all kind of end the same. Hey, tell them I did it. Tell him I did it. Hitter J3 was the second dude to rap, and his verse was cool too. Nothing really just like popped. They was rapping about people getting popped. Other than that, no verses really like caught my attention, like, you know what I'm saying? Until the third dude rapped Young Threat.
It's getting down to the wire. Get on my vibe, build shit, get down with the pliers.
I love his voice. And out of everybody, he was the best one. He said, I swear I'm coming worse than y'all baby mamas. I'm putting niggas through it. And if you got a baby mama, you felt that. I give that song a C- as well. I wish Kendrick wasn't on it with that hook. Which brings us to the last song, Gloria, which is another concept song where it sounds like he's talking about his fiance Whitney. It's this nice build up where you just think like, oh wow, they really didn't been through some shit. Then he get to talking like she didn't caught bodies. And I'm like, damn. And then he ends it by saying that the girl that he was talking about was his pen, his music, his hip hop, his art. And that was kind of fire. You got SZA in the back. Here goes SZA go again. She lacing it with the vocals. And this is the GNX album by Kendrick Lamarr. Now I heard Good Kid, Mad City, which everybody say is like the best Kendrick album of all time. And I don't know if I was too young or too childish to like really listen to it. I remember not caring that much about it. I gotta listen to it again. Never heard Pimp My Butterfly. I heard Damn, and I thought that was cool. Mr. Morale, My Morals wasn't tact when I heard that, so I didn't really care for that. I don't know if I'm missing any other ones. I enjoyed this is what I'm getting at. Come to find out, some of you core Kendrick fans don't care for this one that much. I wonder what does that say about me, because I really liked it and enjoyed it. Even the songs that was cool, they still cool. You know how you ride and you got something playing and you know you doing stuff. If I'm hearing on them songs that's cool and you pass the 1 minute and 30-second mark like TV off, I'll turn it up on that part. You know what I'm saying? I might be on the phone when some of these songs is playing and like I ain't playing nothing. Then I hear my part and might get into it. I get this album overall a full B-, which is a good album. Out Murals is fire. Squabble Up, the beat is nice. I can dig it. Luther, if I'm with a bad bitch, I'm listening to it. Man at the Garden, I'm listening to that every day. I haven't stopped listening to it. I'm listening to that every day. Hey Now, Say Now, that's my shit. Reincarnated is really cool. If I'm really in a concept type of way, I'm usually not. So, skip. TV Off, woo. If I'm listening to it and I'm doing something and woo. If I feel like hearing Lefty Gun play at the end and I want to hear Mustard, then for sure. Dodger Blue, Jesus. It's probably a skip. Peekaboo. I'm listening. When I get done with this, I'm gonna play Peekaboo because you feel me? I kind of, I didn't like it at first, but I like that part. Heart Part 6. It's a skip. It's a skip. Matter of fact, after I'm done playing Peekaboo, I'm gonna play Drake Heart Part 6. GNX. I would listen to GNX. I would listen to it. I would listen to it because I want to hear let's get down to the wires. She want Lizzie McGuire. I like the Young Threat dude at the end of it. Everybody else was cool. And I like the first, what's his name? Peso. I like his voice. I would listen to it. Gloria. I like the way SZA sing Gloria. And this, in the relationship. I like the way he rapped it on there. So I would listen to it. This is a nice album by Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people saying they don't like it. They think that this is trash. I hear really bad things about this album. I hear people saying really good things about this album. Pitchfork, I think is the name of the website. They said that Ice Spice album was better than Kendrick's. They gave this a 6.6, and I think they gave her a 7.6. I never heard Ice Spice album. I don't gotta hear it. But I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. This is a really good album by Kendrick Lamar, and I just think some people are really stupid. People say their favorite songs on this album, and they don't even got Reincarnated on the playlist of it. And that song is fire. It's a song that need to be talked about. So maybe some people are just so stupid, or maybe, and I think he probably dumbed it down. I think Kendrick dumbed it down for this album. I probably didn't get the other albums because it was too... he probably dumbed it down a little bit. I mean, hey, that's my bitch. He was trying to have fun a little bit. It's a good album. I'm Joy Too Good, and I'm rich.